Hi friends, I am Christy Coughlin and I'm here from Bring About Happy. I want to give you a quick overview of what it's like when you use the Journaling's Intention template that I created in Notion. And at the very end, I'll show you how to access a printable version of this database. Starting out off the bat here, we have this top section referred to as Start Here. You'll notice that I have created a link to a blog post. Everything you need to know about intention setting is this blog post right here, just in case you're new to the world of this and not quite sure how to utilize it or put the practice into action. We're going to quickly scroll past this first section. We'll come back to it later. And I want to bring your attention to the My Intentions journal. You'll notice right underneath this, there is a page to where you can view how to use this intention setting journal, but we're going to skip over that right now because we're just going through and looking at the database together. So viewing this now as a whole page, you'll see I have a description here for the template for you, and we're currently on our current intentions view, meaning the status is not complete. So anything completed would not be viewable on this page of the database right now. If we hop over here to list by date, you'll see there's a Q1 and a Q2 sample that aren't included in this current view because those would be past the time in which I am recording this video. You'll notice that we have several different types of intentions listed here in the database: daily, monthly, quarterly, and annually. And this is to kind of help you to navigate the different intentions that you've created and to give you that big bird's eye view of everything you have going on. The next column is that status, which is what we have this database filtered by. And then we have a nifty little progress bar here for you by date. It's not set up by how much you've done towards that particular intention, but rather how much time you have left for that particular intention. And then at the end, you have the entered database or date range for that particular intention. So this first one at the top, you'll notice it's for a single date. So it's supposed to be, oh, hang on, let's go and edit this one. You can give a quick glance. So technically I changed the date on this one to July 26th and end date of July 27th, because that's what today is as I'm recording this video. And I wanted you to see here on this progress bar that because today is the 26th, the data progress bar is showing you at 0%. So if you scroll down, you'll also see a sample intention here for you. And so I've taken the time to create several templates. And so this is one of those templates with a bunch of information filled into it. So I filled in some sample gratitudes, a sample intention for the day, and some sample inspired actions for that particular daily intention. Heading back to our main page here, I want to specifically show you the monthly intentions. I misspoke. We're not going to look at the monthly intentions. We're actually going to look at the quarterly intention. And the reason for this is because there is a nice little area here that we will have auto-populate to the main page that I want to share with you. And so if my computer scrolls, you'll see here that there is a pre-created template that I've already filled in for this particular sample. And so the desired feelings are filled in, as well as what we intend to manifest and those inspired actions for the month. You'll also recognize this template from the main dashboard. So it's this one right here. And so what I did was I copied a link to this table and pasted it in this section so that you can have a quick snapshot overview as you're creating your intentions, either monthly or daily, as you move throughout the process. So going back over here to our sample quarterly intention, you'll see it again here. But we're going to do, just as a quick sample of how you get this for future quarterly intentions when you use this template, we'll just copy a link to this post or to this block. We'll head back over to the current intentions, and then we'll paste this here. We want to actually paste it and sync it so we can view everything. And so these, again, are going to be the exact same tables from the same database. So if we look at the breadcrumbs on this particular one, it'll show that it comes up on several different pages, and one of them is going to be this here. But as a demonstration, anytime this table is pasted and synced, any changes we make to that table, no matter which page it's on, will populate onto all of those. So for example, if we go through here, We'll just do it in one swoop. If I delete that, it's also deleting up here at this template, which means it's also deleting down on the other point as well. So we don't want to delete this entirely. We just want to delete this button here. But when you do your own quarterly intention template, or you fill out your own, you'll want to copy that over to the main page so that you can view it there. Okay, so then you'll notice that there are a few other different types. I'm not going to walk you through each individual one, but I do want to show you a couple of things while we're here. You'll notice that this July intentions, even though as I'm recording this, it's July 26th, shows 100% progress bar here. That's because the date range isn't entered. So that will happen anytime you don't enter the date range. So we'll just go ahead and correct this real fast. We'll add an end date, and you'll see how that progress bar changes now to 83%. That is the overview of the intentions journal. Here is where you can add your own template, or not your own template, your own entry, either from this button here or down here on the bottom. And then let's just pretend like we're adding one for today. We're going to say July 26, 2022. If you prefer to put the number for the month, you can do that. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to put a start and an end date just so our progress bar properly populates. And you'll notice right now the status isn't set, neither is the intention. But when we click on here down for the intentions template for the daily version, you'll see all these things automatically populate for you. And then we'll go through and fill this out as you would to fill out all of your different intentions. Okay, so that's the different intentions for you. You can sort these how you like. I like to manually adjust them as opposed to have them set on a certain filter. That's just my personal preference. Okay, the next page or the next database I want to show you is the Wheel of Life. The Wheel of Life, if you're not familiar with it, actually maybe we should go back and look at the actual visual of a Wheel of Life because you might recognize it that way. So this page shows you how to use a Wheel of Life. You can also access the printable version of the Wheel of Life here, and you'll see that there's 8 main categories of your life that you assess for this Wheel of Life. And depending on how fulfilled you feel in each of them, you'd color in the pie to correspond with that. So if you're like 80% on board and happy and fulfilled with where you are with your health and fitness, then you would color that into that 8 line. And let's say maybe you are focusing more on health and fitness and not so much having fun. So you come down here and you're really only at the 4. So you would color in the 4 and everything below that. But I wanted to give you an option to have this as a digital component as well. And so that's why I created the digital Wheel of Life database. And in case you're wondering what each of those categories stand for, I have written out some questions to help you think through your assessment of each of those categories. And so you'll find them here also on this how to use the digital wheel. Okay, so back over here to the database itself. So you'll notice I have 2 samples in here. One is supposed to be from the beginning of the year. The second one is from the start of the second quarter within the year. But if you want to add another one, you just come over here to add new. And we are going to write in today's date just so that it populates. And then we're going to click on this template. And the reason why I made this template was mostly because I wanted you to be able to have a duplicate icon that automatically populated that fits the theme of everything. But I also wanted to give you a list of the 8 main categories of your life. So if you want to add thoughts, feelings, or context to why you chose the numbers you did, you can do that. So here at the top, I've got these little hashtag spots versus these have the sigma. You only want to adjust the top number section. So we're going to just again arbitrarily plug in some random numbers so that we have something to show you here on this database and you can see the difference. I'm just going to do a quick number scale so that you can see all the differences here. We'll repeat back again at 1. And you'll see that the bottom here for these formulas, they automatically populated the scroll bar and the number there for you. And the reason why I did this is because I wanted it to be a quick overview for you. You could see at a glance where you stand for this particular category or another particular category. If you want to see all the data that you've entered, with the exception of the written notes on each page for each date. You can see that the number is here as well as the fitness scale. All right, so further acquainting ourselves with the intentions journaling dashboard, I've added some extra things for you down here at the bottom just to kind of give you some more tangible goodness to help you with your powerful intention setting. And so here there's the 6 main steps that you want to follow when creating your powerful intentions. And you can find more information in greater detail of all these things to that same blog post linked up above. Everything you need to know about powerful intention setting plus examples. And we'll just toggle those back up. And then I've also got some other cool things here for you. So this first one is a link to automatically add calendar date reminders to your personal calendar for completing your intentions for the month, the quarter, a 6-month check-in, and at the end of the year for the following year. So it's not just calendar dates, it also has some questions for you, some resources, and remind you to come back over to your Notion template that I've provided for you so that you can continue using this resource. And then in case you haven't noticed, I've added all these really cute custom icons. So like here we have a feather, there's a leaf, a heart, a star, this lunar eye. There's even this peace icon here. I have made custom downloadable icons for you. If you click this link, you can get them from my Google Drive. So you could save them to your phone or your computer, and you can add these custom icons to your database as you make all the modifications to suit yourself. And then we also have a couple other options here. So that Wheel of Life I showed you already is also linked down here. And then you'll notice in a few of the templates as you go through, it will ask you what your desired feelings are. So the goal would be for you to start out at the beginning of the year. You do a yearly intention setting. Then as you move through the year, it'll be quarters, month, and then day. But you'll want to focus on really channeling 3 primary feelings that you want. And so I've given you a list here to give you some ideas of where to get started. And you'll notice on that template that I shared, or that table I shared at the very beginning here, or not very beginning, but as we went through the templates, you'll see that the desired feelings for this quarter that I populated here as an example are energized, inflow, and trust. Okay, a couple more resources. I put a whole bunch of links to different blog posts here for you. These are to help you to write daily intentions, putting intention setting into practice, a success story, and halfway through the year, what happened to your goals. And then this one has a little bit of other things for you. It has what is inspired action, just in case you're having a hard time channeling that. Reminding yourself that the way you speak to yourself matters. And this one by far is the most important and best one to me is habits that drain your energy, how to identify and eliminate your energy zappers. This also includes the flip side to help you realize what helps you to generate energy. And that is going to be a very helpful tool for you as you set intentions. All right, so moving on from there, you'll notice here at the very end, you have the ability to download a printable version of this PDF or of this workbook. And so it's a printer-friendly version of this database that is completely differently formatted. In case you want to only do pen to paper, it 100% makes sense for just writing on paper and printing this out and using only this. Or you can do a combination of both where you write it out on, you write your intentions for the year using the template, and then you come back in and add it to the database. Personally, as someone with ADHD, where I would print it out, write out all those things, and then lose that paper or not be able to find it when I want to reference it later, I would highly recommend coming back in and adding that stuff into your journaling intentions database so that you can reference it whenever you want. All right, well, I think that's pretty much it and everything that I wanted to cover. I hope that this intention setting or journal database in Notion helps you to set your intentions and follow through with your intentions so that they can manifest and become your wildest dreams in reality. And so I'll leave you with this quote here, which is one of my favorites by Deepak Chopra. As long as your attention is in the present, then your intent for the future will manifest because the future is created by the present.